The story of resurgent and burgeoning Africa is here, only on the Pulse of Africa channel. Pulse of Africa, the face and voice of Africa.
Hello and welcome. I'm Gamechi Samandida and you're tuned into POA News. Join us for comprehensive coverage of the events impacting our region and beyond. First, South Africa. South Africa's central bank is planning the most significant overhaul of the country's cash system in more than 40 years, aiming to cut costs, improve access and tighten oversight of how physical money circulates. Cash still dominates transactions in Africa's biggest economy, accounting for about two-thirds of volumes and roughly 180 billion rand in circulation. Managing and securing cash cost about 90 billion rand a year, with crime making up a sizable share of that burden. Under the proposed Cash Smart strategy, the central bank wants to create a jointly owned cash management utility, introduce white-label ATMs, enable by all bank customers and ensure cheaper access for low-income and rural communities. ATMs currently run by individual banks would be consolidated into a single interoperable network, potentially reducing fees to near zero, while the new utility would better match cash supply with demand and remove costly inefficiencies. The reforms, expected to take up the 3-year to implement, could reduce cash usage by 30 to 40% as digital payments expand. While disruptive for banks, officials and economists say the changes could make cash cheaper, safer and more accessible. Just 6 months after opening, the African Medical Center of Excellence in Abuja has achieved 2 major milestones, completing its first open heart surgery and delivering West Africa's first stereotactic body radiation therapy for lung cancer. Developed by Afreximbank in partnership with King's College Hospital London, AMC successfully performed a complex triple coronary artery bypass graft, placing it among the few centers in Africa offering fully integrated cardiac care under one roof. The hospital also delivered the region's first stereotactic body radiation therapy for lung cancer, an advanced non-invasive radiotherapy technique that provides surgical-level precision. The pioneering treatment was administered to an elderly patient with a localized lung tumor. African Medical Center of Excellence says the achievement significantly reduced the need for Africans to seek complex medical care abroad as the center rapidly expands its cardiovascular and oncology capabilities. With plans to scale up specialized procedures and capacity, African Medical Center of Excellence aims to curb medical tourism, retain skilled professionals, and strengthen Africa's healthcare ecosystem through world-class infrastructure and technology. Royal Air Maroc (RAM) said it would launch 9 new direct routes in 2026 across Europe, Africa and the Americas, reinforcing its strategy to make Casablanca a major global hub. The airline will open Casablanca-St. Petersburg in January 2026 and a long-haul Casablanca-Los Angeles route in June 2026. From April 2026, Royal Air Maroc will add services to Bilbao and Alicante in Spain, Beirut in Lebanon, Pointe-Noire in the Republic of the Congo, and Tripoli in Libya. Its European network will also expand with a non-stop Casablanca-Verona route from June 2026, while a new Casablanca-Lille service is planned for July 2026. Royal Air Maroc said the expansion is supported while new aircraft deliveries and higher frequencies on key long-haul routes including Sao Paulo, Miami, Washington and Dubai, with upgraded cabins and onboard services. Fortuna Mining is seeking mid-tier gold assets and accelerating new projects as it works to restore its 500,000-ounce annual production target after selling mines in Burkina Faso and Mexico, a company executive told Reuters. The Canadian miner offloaded short-life, high-cost assets this year, cutting output but reshaping its portfolio. It has since struck new deals, including a joint venture in Guinea and a larger stake in Ivory Coast focused explorer Awali Resources. These moves come amid a surging gold sector deal-making in West Africa in 2025, driven by higher gold prices and consolidation across the region. Fortuna plans to rebuild output through expansions as its Séguéla mine in Ivory Coast and the Dama sub-project in Senegal, while keeping a close watch on acquisition opportunities, its West Africa chief said. With about $400 million in net cash, Fortune is targeting mid-sized mines producing 100,000 to 200,000 ounces a year, prioritizing jurisdictions where it already operates as governments in the region remain supportive of mining investment. Now to business news. Kenya on Monday signed a $311 million agreement to build 2 high-voltage electricity transmission lines with Africa 50, a Pan-African infrastructure fund, a Power Grid Corporation of India, the Finance Ministry announced. The project, managed by Kenya Electricity Transmission Company Limited, will cover the design, construction, operation and maintenance of the lines and associated subsections over the 30-year concession period. Officials said the new lines will provide cleaner, more reliable and affordable electricity for millions of Kenyans, enhancing grid stability, reducing technical losses and lead shedding, and enabling greater integration of renewable energy. Kenya has increasingly turned to public-private partnerships and revenue-backed financing to fund infrastructure amid high public debt and limited fiscal space. President William Ruto's government has prioritized such deals despite criticism over potential state liabilities. The deal follows a previous transmission project with India's Adani Group that was cancelled last year after its founder faced legal issues in the U.S. Moving to South Africa, South African coal producers have sharply increased exports to Israel after Colombia imposed a total ban on coal shipments in August, according to data from Kepler London Stock Exchange Group and DBX Commodities. Colombia's exports to Israel fell to zero in the 3 months to November following a tightened ban linked to criticism of Israel's war in Gaza. South Africa, despite also accusing Israel of genocide at the International Court of Justice, stepped in to fill the supply gap. The South African shipments to Israel rose 87% year-on-year to 474,000 metric tons in the 3 months to November, with nearly 170,000 tons expected this month. Official data show coal exports to Israel reached their highest level since 2017. Analysts say more than a dozen South African exporters have supplied Israel since 2023, prompting criticism from academics who accuse the government of policy hypocrisy. South Africa's Mines Ministry declined to comment. Looking ahead, Colombia is expected to keep exports near zero, while South Africa's share of Israel's coal imports could reach 55% in 2025. Israeli officials say coal will be phased out as a main power source by 2027, replaced largely by natural gas. Now to sports. Morocco secured a place in the FIFA Arab Cup final with a commanding 3-0 victory over the United Arab Emirates on Monday at Khalifa International Stadium. The Atlas Lions showcased composure and clinical fishing throughout the match. The breakthrough came in the 28th minute when Hamza El Masso's cross found Karim Al Boko, who powered home a header to give Morocco the lead. Despite the UAE's attempts to respond, Morocco maintained control and threatened on the counter. A swift counter-attack in the 83rd minute saw Abdulrazak Hamdullah set up Ashraf El Madou for a second goal. The victory was sealed in stoppage time as substitute Mohamed Balogt assisted Hamdullah for Morocco's third. Morocco dominated possession 51% and outshot UAE 9-2, maintaining a disciplined defense that has conceded only one goal throughout the tournament. The Atlas Lions will now face the winner of Saudi Arabia versus Jordan in the Arab Cup final, keeping their title ambitions alive. Now let's proceed to the latest weather forecast to see what conditions are expected across the area. That concludes our broadcast on POA News for this hour, and thank you for joining us, and stay with us for more updates from Africa.